Hello, my name is Lantop. This is Pandas tutorial in Python programming language. In this session, we'll be analyzing the bike sharing dataset. So the bike sharing dataset, I have downloaded it from the Kaggle dataset archive. Then I have 3 files in my folder, which include the date.csv, hour.csv, and the readme.txt file. So this is the date.csv file, this is the hour.csv and date.csv, and my readme.txt file. If you go through this the readme.txt, we'll be able to understand how our dataset looks like. So the bike sharing dataset is just like a dataset that describes bike renting services. So it takes a lot of logs, properties, log our data for each users. Then we have the day properties, the day.csv that has 781 record. And we also have the hour.csv that has 17,379 records. So let's get to look to the dataset using Pandas. I'm going to import Pandas PD. Now I'm going to read my datasets. My code is here. Hence, if I want to read my dataset, I have to point it to this archive folder by saying that day equal to pd that read underscore csv. Then I'm going to say that archive slash day.csv. So if I run through this, then I have the day.csv being read as a data frame. So I'll do the same thing for hour equal to pd read underscore csv, and I'll say archive slash hour.csv. Okay, if I want to do this again, I have the hour.csv. I'm going to zoom out. So we have something like this, the hour.csv. Let's start with checking through this data.csv. In my data.csv, I can look to it simply by using the head. So this is the head. So this head, as I discussed with you in my previous session of Pandas tutorial, is to describe, just to show the first few columns in your data set. So in this case, we have the first five columns in our data set, but you can actually specify it to be 10. So this is going to show the first 10 columns instead. But the default argument is 5, which means that if I run through this without specifying any argument input, then it's going to show the first 5 columns. Then we also have the tail that was also discussed. This is going to show the last argument, the last few arguments. Okay. So we have this data set. The day.csv has something like this. So it started from this day 2011 0101. That's January 1, 2011. Is the date time. So we have season, year, month, holiday. So this particular column actually tells that if there is an holiday. If you read through this date readme file, it explains some of the columns. This is it, some of the attributes of data set. Holiday means that whether the day is holiday or not. Weekend, whether the day is weekend or not. This is what we have. Then we have work day, whether it's a work day, weather sheets. What exactly is weather sheet? So we have this weather sheet, which one signifies clear, few cloud, 2 is this, 3 is this, 4 is that. So you have to it like this. So you can read through all this column like this. So this is our day data set. Then we have our hour data set that looks like this also. So in hours data set, we have hourlies. So these are hours from 0, 1, 2, 3, that particular day. So we are able to collect hour logs on a particular day. So let's try to see if we can just limit our analysis to day data for now. Then we also analyze the hour data. Then we also combine the two data sets and analyze it. Okay, so these are our data sets. The first thing we like to do is to look through the columns and check what are the columns we have. So we have the instance, the this time, season, year, month, holiday, work day, working hour, weather sheet, temperature, and this registered, casual, and count. So I think these three last columns will be very useful. So you see this casual, meaning that the count of casual users, the numbers of rental service that are casual. So this is the count of the registered users for the bike system. Then we have count. I think it should be the summation of this and this. Yeah, the summation of casual and registered. So example is this plus this. We should have something like this. Yes, that's nice. Okay, so let's try to analyze our data set as we see. So for example, you might like to see if the renting service is much more when there is holiday and when there is no holiday. So like this particular holiday. So you might want to see maybe renting service, is it that much in holiday? Is it not much in holiday? Or let's say what are the seasons in our data set? So you can start our analysis from different place. But I'd like to start my analysis from season. Yes, let's look through season and see what are the values in this season. So we have this particular pandas function called the pd.unique. So this allows us to look through a particular column. So I'm going to look through the season series, which is day season. So we have 4 seasons. We can try to look through the season here. So we have 4 seasons. We have the spring, summer, fall, winter. So you might like to check if what is the rental service. Is there much more rentage in spring or compared to summer, fall, and winter? Which one of them has the least bike renting counts? So we might try to look through our analysis using Pandas. So let's get started. So with this, I'm going to just say that season analysis. Then with this, we can create a subset data from our day column. To do that, we can simply say that day.ilog everything, then specify the columns we want, we actually need 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we need column 0, 1, 2 for this analysis, 13, 14, 15. So let's try to extract it. 2, 13, 14, 15. So then we'll try to also see what exactly we extracted, so be sure we actually extract the columns correctly. Let me go to this. You can see, so you have something like this, which is very nice, very nice. Okay, so to make a simple analysis using my season underscore analysis, we can simply use the group by function. Group by, then I'm going to say that season. I think the group by in the last class. You can check my previous videos for that. So if I say that group by dot sum, I'm going to see this particular 4 seasons, which one has the highest. So you can see for casual, which one has the highest for this particular season. For casual rentage, or let's start with total rentage, which is CNT. So for total rentage, this third one has the highest, which is the 4. See, is the 4 that has the highest. Or better still, we can simply use the replace and see. First replace our colon before we make this analysis. We can replace our colon like this. So we have the replace colon keyword in Pandas. I'm going to replace it. So first, I want to create a list of what I want to replace. So this is my colon for season. Let me just say season like this. Then I can actually replace this by saying that then season that replace. So I want to replace it by 1, 2, 3, 4 by SCA. So if I run through this, I'm going to see that it has been replaced, but this is actually the series I'm pointing at. So I'm going to equate this with my season. So this is simple. The replace method for a particular series, can also be used by the Pandas data frame, can be used to replace values in your series. I'm going to run through this if it's going to work. Okay, I'm getting warning. So I'm going to see now. So it works fine. You can see. Then if I run through this, instead of having 1, 2, 3, I have this. So with that, I can easily see that the false has the highest numbers of renting service. The first has the highest numbers of renting service. Okay, so that would be my first analysis. With this now, you can also present this with in your pie chart, any kind of graph you wish to plot. So to do that, you can simply make this TF season results, season analysis results. So we have this assignment that I make, season analysis results. So if I run through this, then I can see that season analysis results. So if I run through this, I can see that dot plot dot bar. So I'm going to draw the bar chart of this, and let's see if it's going to work. Let's see if it's going to work. What we are going to get. It's taking so long to run this because we are giving the 4 columns directly. I mean the 3 columns directly, which is the casual, register, and count. These ones that are in this part would be the the attributes for each plot. Let's see what exactly we are going to get. So I have this. So which means that this is for casual, and this is for fall, this is for spring, this is for summer, and this is for winter. So you can see for 4 you have the highest for 4, both for the total, which is CNT, registered, and even for casual, it has the highest. So I think we are done with our analysis from here in this just for season. Then we can also look to another column, which is for work day. Like, is there a high rental service when there is holiday or not, or different kinds of work day? This work day, working days are from Monday to Friday, I think so. So this working day, if the day is neither weekend or no holiday, okay, this actually saying that if the day is weekend or holiday. Okay, so let's proceed and make different kind of analysis. Let's just say, okay, I would like to pick this holiday, holiday, holiday. So let's look to holiday and see what happens once we analyze holiday. So our analysis is going to be similar to this. We'll first create a subset data from the data set using something similar to this. So I just have to copy this. Instead of 2, I'm going to replace it with the column that points at the holiday, which is this, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to point at holiday. So you can see 5. Then with this, I'm going to check, let me say, holiday analysis instead of season analysis, because we are actually analyzing holiday. If I copy this here, so I have something like this. I can't be sure of the values here yet until I check using the PD underscore unique. PD unique. So with this PD unique, I'm going to point at holiday and check the values there. What exactly are the values there? You can see the 0 and 1, which is exactly what is here. That it is 0 once the day is not holiday, and it is 1 when the day it is holiday. So let's check how when bike renting service. Let's analyze how bike renting service is in this particular subset data. So I'm going to use the group by function again. Then print that holiday and sun. So I have this. So this is similar to what we've done before. You can see when there is an holiday, we have a very high bike renting service, both for among casual, register, and the total. Okay, with this, I'm going to create the result. Holiday analyze results. So I have something like this. Then with this, we can also make a bar chart. which is similar to the previous bar chart. Let's plot that. We have this. So the difference is so wide. When there is a holiday, we have a very high numbers of rentage compared to when there is no holiday. We have a very high. This 0 is when there is no holiday, and 1 is when there is a holiday. So this is it. When there is no holiday and when there is a holiday. So you can see holiday, whether day is holiday, that is 1, and not when it is not, when there is no holiday. So you can make different kinds of analysis like this, using Pandas. So you can also make the difference, see what exactly you have when there is a temperature, or compare temperature with the numbers of counts, register users, the numbers of users, the total numbers of renting, bike renting, rentage, and compare it with the temperature of the day. TEMP colon actually measures the normalized temperature in Celsius. So it is might try to see, maybe you have a very high temperature, maybe you may have a very low renting numbers of people that comes to rent bike. But we can't be sure until we try that. I would love to try that in this particular session to see if we actually have a very high bike renting stage when there is a high temperature, or the reverse. So let's try that now. Let's try that. So we have this particular column. This is our column. No, this is our column for the day. So degrees Celsius. So it has been converted to a scale of 0 to 1. I think so. It is normalized temperature, but it is being divided by 41. Like that is how it is being converted from 0 to 1. So the value of the Celsius was divided by 41, which should be given in a scale of 0 to 1. Okay, so we have these same kinds of, we'll start by extracting the subsets just like our previous analysis. So like this, then instead of holiday analysis, I'm going to the TMP analysis. Then I'll need to change this just like we did last time to the column of temperature. This is the column of temperature. This column of temperature, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's change it to 10. Then I'm going to say that temp analysis. So I have something like this, temp analysis. Okay, so this looks something so easy to analyze. So what are the things you might like to do in this? Because it is numerical values like this, you can see, unlike some other kinds of analysis we've done. The two previous analysis we've done there is a categorical data set. It is qualitative in nature, like you just have 0 and 1, like that of holidays. But in this, it is continuous, and also that of season. We have spring, falls, and summers and winter. So something like that is categorical and qualitative in nature, but in this one it is continuous. So I won't like to use PD that's unique because the values are so numerous to check. So I won't be able to check the whole values to understand it. It doesn't make sense using the PD dots unique to visualize this data. So to visualize this data, you can use you can describe it first to understand it. So using this, that's just, I'm going to point it at the column temp alone. Then we'll describe exactly what is there. Okay, it should be a temp. Should be a temp. Let me stop this because it's still going to give me an error. So this is a temp. So dot describe, then I'll see everything there, like the mean, the standard deviation, minimum, 25% percentile, 50% percentile, 75% percentile, the max. With this, I could understand how the data set is. So the usual way we analyze data, once it is continuous, use this describe to see how everything is, to understand how the data set is. But if it is categorical in nature or qualitative in nature, then you use the pd.unique to see the values in your data set, in your data series. Okay, so to analyze this data, you would like to also use the group by function, because group by function is specifically to categorical data set. So you can try to see, maybe you can make a histogram plot, maybe a line plot, a scatter plot of what is actually happening between this and this. So with that, we can actually see exactly what is happening. So we can make a scatter plot from here. Let's try to see if we can make a scatter plot from here. So I'm going to see that this dot plot dot scatter. Let's see if everything will be fine. So x is equal to our x point. X-axis will be a temp. Then my y-axis will be equal to CNT. So let's see if everything will work fine. So we have something like this. So this is where the temperature is so high. This is where the temperature is so high, and this is where the temperature is so low. So this is where we have the highest bike renting service. So the temperature is between medium. Yeah. So it's between 0.5 to 0.6.5. So like this, like 0.5.5 to 0.6.5. From there, we can just see what exactly is this degree Celsius, since we normalize it by dividing by 41 degrees Celsius. Then we can see that 41 times, let's say that's 0.55. Then you have, it's between this range and this range, 41 times 0.65. So degrees Celsius between this actually yield a high renting registered total numbers of bike being rented at that period of time. So this particular temperature is actually conducive, make people to get rent more bikes. So you might also try to expand your plot. Maybe I'm not getting a better view of this plot. You can then try to use matplotlib, by plots, expand your plot. So I'm going to say that plot figure size equal to 8,8. plt.show big enough. So I think it's really nice if we see this plot is expanding. Okay, for now the plot is not expanding till the job. Let's just leave this plot like this. Let's see if by making color to be red, make it easier to much more colorful to pick up. So you have something like this. And this list, the list is once we have something like this. Most of the list time renting service is this. So it's when the temperature is so low, that's why we have the list renting service. So you can continue to make different kinds of analysis. A temp is, what exactly is a temp? It's normalized filling temperature. Then we can make that of humidity. We have the wind speed analysis. So you can make different kinds of analysis. So in the next session, I'm still going to explain more about data analysis for this bike sharing system data sets. Then in that case, you can look through this the our data sets to see if can analyze it to just we did for this. So it will just be the same kind of analysis. We are still going to add some more functions to analyze this. Then in subsequent class, they will move into the machine learning part where we can actually create a prediction system based on all these attributes columns. Well, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I would love you to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can stay updated. You can get my updates concerning new videos relating to this. Bye.